Testing.
Hello, testing, testing. A world with no hunger, where clean water and sanitation are universal, and where health equity is a reality. This is our vision. Tim Datalis, SMK Agama Johor Bahru. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good morning to all the respectful judges and fellow peers. I am Muhammad Waizuddin bin Zamri and my partner,
Muhammad Fiasfaim bin Abi Kadir.
and today we present you quality care at your fingertips. Last year, I traveled to Yogyakarta city in Indonesia, and I found out that people there were living nearby a dirty river. Eventually, I noticed that they have been using this dirty water for their domestic uses. This problem is not just confined to Indonesia only, but the same thing is happening in Malaysia. For example, Kampung Atas Air Sempurna Sabah. This is our Eureka moment, but something needs to be done.
As they say, life is all about problems. As we attempt to achieve our vision, we stumble across three main problems. The first problem, malnutrition, which can be defined as deficient or excessive intake of nutrients, and food insecurity, aligned with SDG number 2, zero hunger. The second, inadequate sanitation and clean water access, aligned with SDG number 6, clean water and sanitation. And finally, health inequities and vulnerable populations, such as slums, aligned with SDG number 3, good health and well-being. Now, let us look at the statistics. For the first graph, more than half of Timor-Leste children are stunted, while advanced economic countries such as Singapore have a mere 4.4%. Continuing, Brunei have the highest percentage of overweight children under 5 years old. And finally, global food price rises due to supply chain disruption during and after COVID-19 pandemic and remains stubbornly high, exacerbated by ongoing geopolitical conflicts.
On to the next data, we analyzed that water pollution is a dominant problem in many ASEAN countries. Next, as we can see, the mortality rate attributed to unsafe water and sanitation that is happening across ASEAN calls for intervention among state members. And finally, the high population growth in ASEAN warrants the demand for clean and safe water.
Continuing, among ASEAN countries, Timor-Leste ranks the highest in poverty headcount ratio, both in rural and urban areas. Following that, marginalized areas such as slums are identified as a problem in country development. And finally, infant mortality rises in countries that lack access to quality healthcare.
To overcome this problem, we have two proposals. First, the HealthFix application, which has many interesting features. First, HealthFix app provides many healthy meal recipes made with easily accessible ingredients around Southeast Asia. Next, the users can input their daily reminder to ensure their personal hygiene. Next, HealthFix app is equipped with basic water sample test kit that where users can key in their results and compare it to the indicator in the app. And finally, anyone can easily locate the nearby healthcare facilities by using our app. Move on, deployable mobile health clinic, Demo Health. Demo Health, which is a fully equipped mobile clinics, prioritize neglected and remote communities. Also, Demo Health function as a fully operational healthcare unit that is easy to set up and relocate. Next, Demo Health is deployable to remote locations and is powered by solar hybrid system. All in all, Demo Health improves access to healthcare and provides more robust healthcare data collection and monitoring.
Thus, how do we implement the HealthFix application? First, we'll conduct several surveys among medical professionals and also community leaders. Second, we will assemble a multidisciplinary team. Third, collaborate with organizations such as WHO, SFP Analytics, and also ASEAN. And finally, launch the app to Google Play Store, Apple App Store, and also spread further information to social media platforms. We also engage with a food expert and also ran several pilot tests. For the engagement, we interviewed technology specialist Dr. Nur Azwani binti Zainul from the Institute of Bioproduct Development, UTM. She quoted, the app should be secured by having IP, such as IP trademark, copyright, and also patent, thus increasing the commercialization potential. For the pilot test, we ran several face-to-face app simulation with our teachers and peers, where we gain valuable insight and also positive feedback. To implement the demo health, we will locate marginalized areas such as slums, and also hire and train healthcare units such as doctor and nurse, and ensure the mobile health clinics are fully equipped. Third, we will collaborate with UNICEF and also MSF. Fourth, we will develop several routes to remote areas. And finally, we will evaluate the KPI, the key performance indicator.
Lastly, both of our proposals are aligned with the objectives of various organizations. First, they promote ASEAN collaboration in line with ASEAN 2025, forging ahead together. Next, they align with ASEAN Socio-Cultural Community Blueprint 2025.D5 and also ASEAN Economic Community Blueprint 2025.B4. Okay. To sum up, our vision is to achieve the world where no one will suffer, where health equity is real, and where clean water and sanitation are universal, and where the world where everyone wishes for. That's all from us. We open the floor to any of your questions.
Thank you.
Okay, so judges, you can proceed to Q&A session.
Okay, I have two things to be asked. One is, could you explain to us more details about water quality analysis in proposal number 1?
Okay, as we stated, for the solution, we need a basic sample water test kit, right? We will urge the government, we will collaborate with the government to provide the test kit to household and ensure that each household at least have one simple one. And then from the test kit, they can compare the results such as pH level, turbidity, and also smell.
Meaning hardware or software test kit? Physically or apps test kit?
Physically. Yes.
Okay, physical. Okay, number 2 is regarding to the pilot test was good. I think the comments over here, this one, app pilot test. Do you have any pie chart or data representation for the survey ataupun the say from for the participants over here? Do you have any data?
Okay, thank you for the input. For this survey, we conducted among majority of the students, and based on their feedback,
be clear about how many participants participated, such as 30 or something, percentage of agree and disagree, and so on. So do you have the?
Apologies, but the data we would further improve and would like to input in further down. But most of it, among close to 100% of students agree with our suggestion.
Okay, thank you.
I have a small comment actually. I feel like this app or recommendation that you gave does a lot of things. So I don't know. It feels like it's all over the place, and you're trying to solve 3 things at once, right? The water and hunger and also health in general. It's just a lot of things. When you have a lot of things, then I feel like the features do not seem a lot. So you are halfway there. This is my perspective.
Well, for your comment, thank you for the valuable insight. We believe problems don't happen in silo. They coexist with each other. And grand things don't happen by impulse, but a series of small things brought together. So we believe our solution can helpfully tackle these 3 problems, although a bit by a bit. But as they say, the first step is the greatest step you can take.
That's a great idea. It's just that from a practical perspective, I can imagine a lot of hurdles if you are trying to solve a lot of things. But just my personal opinion.
Okay, thank you for your presentation. I think you have very good ambition trying to solve many problems. But I'd like to get a clearer idea if you could go to the slides on health Okay, all right. So one of your problem statement is health inequities and vulnerable populations, and you show the charts here that some of the problems are unequal health in rural and urban, and then there's population as slums, and then you have infant mortalities and so on. So the infant mortality and the slum dwellers are very specific problems, right? So how does your solution, if you go to the next slide, your solution to solve this problem, I believe, is the fourth one, where you have health equity navigator. And how does this particular module of your app could solve the problem that is highlighted in your chart just now? Maybe you could elaborate a bit.
Okay, regarding the slum dwellers, as we believe, some people don't have any idea where other healthcare facilities are located. Thus, we implemented in our application a simple Google map to ensure they can find and relocate any form of healthcare facility, be it klinik desa, klinik kesihatan and such. Following that, we also have a feature in our phone that the users can also connect with healthcare specialists, such as making appointments and also scheduling any sort of visit.
Okay, just a follow-up question. So in this case, you think that the inequality is due to they don't know where the clinics are, or is actually a bigger problem? Maybe it's related to poverty?
Yes, it is related to poverty.
Okay, so, okay, all right, thank you.
Okay, so your Q&A session end up here. Thank you, judges, and thank you, Team Datalis. We move on to our next team, Team Foodie from SMK Infant Jesus Convent Malacca. Mic test.
Mic test.
Imagine this biscuit represents all the food in the world. Now, what if I told you that a third of this food is wasted, just like this?
That is what's happening every single day. A third of the food produced globally are just wasted simply like that. A very good day I would like to bid to the honorable judges and all the members of the floor. We are Team Foodie from SMK Infant Jesus Convent, Malacca.
According to WPF, 309 million people are facing acute hunger, and at the same time, 931 million tons of food are being wasted globally in a year. This is enough to feed the world's hungry twice over. My name is Ngan Rin Yu.
And I am Jenna Lim. Today, we will be sharing with you sustainable solutions to overcome food waste. Our aim for this case is Target 2.1 for SDG 2, Zero Hunger, and Target 12.3 and 12.5 for SDG 12, Responsible Consumption and Production. Now, before moving on to food waste, let's first take a look at GHI. So, what is GHI? This is an indicator that shows us the number index of people who are living under starvation.
According to this diagram, many countries in ASEAN are facing severe GHI scales. Since 2000, the GHI in ASEAN has reduced.
However, we still should not ignore this problem just because the GHI level has reduced, because hunger still exists among the ASEAN countries. And one of the main reasons is because of the inflation of price. Based on this graph, we can see that there's a rise of price among basic necessities such as oil. This will cause underprivileged people unable to afford these basic necessities.
Another cause of hunger is food waste. According to UN, 1/3 of the global food is wasted per year. When we throw away food, we are wasting resources that could have been used to feed the hungry.
I think that everyone knows that food waste can be produced by many different parties. However, one of the main contributors to food waste is still the consumers themselves.
Based on these graphs, the main reason why consumers throw away their food is due to they overlook the expiry dates.
Now that we have already come to our main problem, I guess everyone will have been curious, how will we exactly do to solve this problem?
Now, the Malaysian community are already taking action to solve this food waste issue. You know, Jenna, after talking so much about food, I'm so hungry right now.
Really, yeah. Don't you know I have a nickname called Doraemon?
Oh, is
Ta-da!
that so? Wow! Thank you so much. Wait a minute. This is already expired.
Really? I am so sorry. I always overlook the expiry dates.
Well, not anymore. Introducing the Foodie mobile app. With this, it will remind you before the food expires, so you will never have to waste a single bite.
So ladies and gentlemen, let's kickstart our journey by first of all registering an account.
You can add your groceries by pressing the add button and get reminders before your food expires. This way, never worry about missing the expiry dates again.
Well, what if you have excess food? You can choose to share it all by clicking the share button, and you can share it with your friends, your family, and even local food banks through social networking sites.
If you want to learn more about your food, you can scan the barcode on your food packaging, and if you do not know how to store your food, you can refer to these useful tips provided and learn what to do with leftovers.
Well, what's more, Foodie app also provides you with a reward system where you are able to earn points every time you share or you add a food. So, with the points that you have earned, you can redeem vouchers from various stores.
We would like to market our app through social media such as our Facebook and YouTube page.
Through social media marketing, we have 3 goals. First of all, we would like to reach our local community among our own state. Then, we would like to expand it further towards the entire country. Hopefully, we can also expand it bigger towards the ASEAN market.
We would like to collaborate with reliable partners such as Kachara to set up food banks and also MOE.
Now, in order for us to bring Foodie app towards an international scale, we will be following this 4-year implementation plan where we will consider all sorts of aspects from launching, improvising, scaling up, and ultimately, we are able to see our goals and the impacts of this app.
Lastly, our team aims to achieve target 2.1, 12.3, and 12.5, food security, and also sustainable resources as in the ASEAN Blueprint.
So ladies and gentlemen, we have talked about the problems and we have shared with you our solutions. So what are you waiting for? Now it's time to act.
Come and join us in feeding the future.
Thank you.
Judges, you have 4 minutes to ask questions.
Okay, all right. Thank you for your very impressive presentation. So could you go to slide 5? Earlier. Yeah. I'm a bit confused with the skill here. So on top there, let's say we look at Malaysian, the skill is moderate, right? And then below, if the orange color is alarming, so is the scale below for the graph on top, or?
Yes, this is actually the same scale. However, the color is just different, but then we are following the labels over there.
On the labels, has in. So moderate 57.
The 57 is the ranking of Malaysia among the whole world.
Okay. So then what does the scale below there, the GHI severity of hunger scale, how does it relate to the charts on top?
They never really show out the number index for the particular country, but however, this is just an indicator to show us that Malaysia is currently counted as a moderate country with GHI level.
Okay, so that's a bit confusing because the colors and the I thought the scale is supposed to be representing that, but it doesn't seem to be so. So it can be a bit confusing. It's okay. So the top there is just moderate, serious. So it is using a different scale lah. That what scale is that? The 3 scale is it? So because I only see moderate and serious there. That represents global hunger index. I'm quite confused.
Actually, the GHI is counted based on this composition.
So your color is based on this. Okay, right. Now I see. I don't know. Okay.
Yeah, the GHI is counted based on these 3 compositions. And for this graph, the one on top, after they counted the GHI and they refer to this scale, and we found out that Malaysia is actually moderate, but the color is not related.
I think that is okay. Maybe you should have just removed the below scale. That is very confusing. All right. I think otherwise your other charts are quite good. You have a lot of charts to show your application and so on. Yeah, maybe I let other judge if they have any questions.
Yeah, this one is also confusing. It's part of my notes, I believe. I have one question also. If you go to slide 7, you mentioned about undernutrition, at least at the statement over there, but you didn't indicate anywhere actually about undernutrition. So are you implying that higher hunger implies higher undernutrition, which is I guess true, but there's no indication anywhere, I think. Do you want to comment or yeah?
Actually, we didn't include the graph based on the undernutrition. So it's a mistake on our part, but it's actually in the website also.
Okay, fair enough. And then also lastly, slide 12. This is also a bit confusing. Slide 12, yes, this one. I think these 2 plots, they don't match. Let's say expired food. You have or is that responses? Okay.
Yeah, actually, this is a survey that we got online. So this is the number of responses of why people waste their food at their own house.
Okay. Fair enough. Thank you.
Right, thank you.
Thank you, judges and Team Foodie. Next, I would like to invite Team Malaya from SMK Putrajaya present 9-1 to present their storyboard.
Test. Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to all the judges, fellow participants and members of the floor. I am Izzat Kashfi together with my teammate Farah Frizana from Team Malaya, representing SMK Putrajaya Present 91, are very excited to present to you our slides on solar-powered community gardens, a sustainable solution for climate change and food security in ASEAN. Without further ado, let us walk you through the ideas.
Let's start with the introduction. The chart shows the percentage of undernourishment in the population of Asian countries, with the Philippines having the higher rate at 90.5%, followed by Malaysia at 14.1%. Other countries like Brunei, Indonesia, Myanmar, and Thailand have lower rates, ranging from 2% to 8%. Okay. Okay. This data show the percentage of undernourishment in the population of Asian countries, with the Philippines and Malaysia having the high rate, facing the with the Philippines and Malaysia. Okay, sorry. The chart show the percentage of the difference of malnutrition among children, both in resting and overweight categories, varies from one country to another, which prove the basic components of food security. Food security is a complex concept that involves ensuring the availability, accessibility, proper use, and consistent stability of food.
Now, let's talk about the problem statement. Comparing the three ASEAN countries, Philippines has the highest percentage of food insecurity compared to Indonesia and Thailand. Here, rice is used as an example of how agriculture is related to food production in ASEAN countries. Starting off, ASEAN countries produce over 200 million tons of rice annually, with Thailand and Vietnam being among the world's largest rice exporters, each country producing about 5.5 tons per hectare, whereas yields in Cambodia and Myanmar are lower, averaging around 2.5 to 3.0 tons per hectare.
However, the agriculture of the modern day has its own negative side. One of the main downsides is the negative impact to the environment, including deforestation, greenhouse gas emission, soil degradation, and water pollution. Next. Another downside of modern agriculture when it contributes to food insecurity, for example, monoculture practice and soil degradation.
Based on the presented problem statement, we would like to give a recommendation. Here are the key issues and the opportunities, as well as our solution. Solar-powered community gardens provide a practical and sustainable way to address the challenges of food shortages and climate change in ASEAN countries. By using solar energy to power community gardens, this initiative reduces reliance on fossil fuels, lowers greenhouse gas emissions, and provides a consistent supply of fresh produce.
First of all, I would like to clarify a slight mistake in the placement for the dates. The placement for the dates are not in order to the trivial process of creating the chart. However, the chart is referring to a way of interpreting the number in the data clearly. This chart shows we can clearly observe a significant rise in number of community gardens being established in Malaysia in 2021 and 2023. Okay. The benefit of solar power community gardens is reducing greenhouse gas emission, water conservation, and mitigating monoculture practice. On the other side, community gardens also has its own benefits, such as soil health improvement and decreasing dependency on chemical inputs.
This is a block diagram of how the solar-powered community garden can be constructed. There are 14 components in the solar-powered community garden, which includes solar panel, battery, backup power, inverter, controller, UV lights, timer for UV lights, irrigation system, timer for irrigation system, water storage, rainwater collector, community garden, soil moisture sensor, and the water pump. The sustainable element that we identified in this project includes providing educational opportunities, ensuring economic viability, and efficient water management.
We believe the solar power community gardens aligns well with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals (UN SDGs) 2 and 13, which focus on zero hunger and climate action. To bring this project to life, here are the key stakeholders categorized by national and regional that we should consider approaching.
In conclusion, the solar-powered community garden project may be considered as another solution to address the key issues under UN SDG targets number 2 and 13 on zero hunger and climate action, respectively, as well as meeting the ASEAN Economic Community Blueprint and ASEAN Sociocultural Community Blueprint. Thank you.
The presentation time is end. Judges, please proceed to Q&A session.
Okay. Thank you for your presentation. So basically, I have 2 points over here. So first of all is about how you integrate the idea of food shortage, food security, and went to solar. So, and then I think you better have a good relation or connectivity between those dots and points in order to say that solar is one of those solutions in this particular issues. I think it's not very clean, how to say, explanation towards the food security, because I'm not sure. Plus, one more thing is rice and veggie. At the beginning, you just doing like rice importance and things, and towards the practical perspective, you are raising the solar about fruits and veggie. So what is the two connection over there? So I cannot really, unless you have how to say, a linear connection between explanation. So can you answer on that? Two things.
Yes. Well, agriculture in ASEAN, we relate to how rice is the staple food, and it is one of the main food productions in most ASEAN countries. And so we want to take the method of gardening, especially community gardening, and turn it and look into a more sustainable approach. So we brought out the UN SDG target number 13, which is climate action, and we try to relate with the rising trend of technology. So we use solar energy, solar technology.
How about if, in the implementation perspective, you make one simple design of rice paddy field, kind of a simple 4 x 4 meters using solar, so that will be practical on talking about rice issues. So I'm not sure. So thanks.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree also. I mean, I feel like the problem statement at first, I know it may not match all the way to your to the solution that you provide. So that's something to look into, I guess. Can I interest you to look into where is it? Slide 4, I think. Slide 4. Yep. So this one, you're talking about food security. The plots I'm looking here are about wasting food, first thing, and I believe that's what it meant, and also overweight among children. Those two things doesn't sound, they don't sound like food security in a sense. So could you comment? Okay, so my understanding of food security is you have not enough food, in a particular region or whatnot, but those two things, they imply that they may have too much.
Oh, I see. Well, this is usually because of the quality of food. is caused by food security and its current quality, which shows in two categories, wasting and overweight. So we thought of growing vegetables or something healthy to give to the community, so we can decrease the percentage or prevalence of these two charts.
I think there's a point being missed here. Even myself, I'm also a bit confused, to be fair. But I'll pass the mic.
Alright, thank you for your presentation. As my comments are actually quite similar to the other two judges, and I do have a specific question. So you have proposed that you like to promote this community garden, and then you have identified the stakeholders and so on. That is good. But what is the actual action plan on your proposal? Like for example, for the other presentation, I see an app that could support this. So for your case, how your team would support this initiative on increasing the community gardens and so on?
Well, at first we must focus on the community and their awareness around agriculture in their country, which is for example, Malaysia. And if we use a method of gathering that, giving that awareness to them, which is by creating a awareness campaign, and then after that, we can approach solar panel companies to pitch their social responsibility fund. But if we don't have the opportunity of getting that fund, then we can approach local schools, non-profits, and companies for expertise.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, judges.
In my opinion, so I do have research on this field. Bahagian keselamatan quality makanan is under Ministry of Health. You guys can work with your teacher, go there and find them. BKKM Kementerian Kesihatan. Yang your topic shortage and security.
Okay, thank you, judges and Team Malaya. We move on to our next team. It is Team Unique from SMJK Chongqing Pahang.
Test. Hi, I'm Natalie Liu.
And I'm Point.
We are Team Unique from SMJK Chongqing Rao Pahang.
What is mental health?
Mental health refers to a person's emotional, psychological, and social well-being. It affects how we think, feel, and act. It also helps determine how we handle stress, relate to others, and make healthy choices. In recent years, mental health has become a more important topic in Asian. Issue 1 is talking about the severity of mental disorders in Asian. According to CNN news websites, 1 in 7 of people in Southeast Asia
are suffering from mental health conditions.
The two most common mental health conditions in 2021 are anxiety and depressive disorder. From the data shows, depression and anxiety disorder cases are seriously increasing from 2021 to 2023, especially during COVID-19 pandemic.
Issue 2 is talking about the impact of mental disorders in Asian. According to the pie chart, mental disorders are one of the major causes of burden in Asian that can't be ignored. 1 YLD means 1 full year lived with a disability or illness. 7% of YLD among Southeast Asians are attributed to mental disorders. One DALY means losing 1 full year of healthy life because of disability or illness. 5% of DALY among Southeast Asians are attributed to mental disorders. These are the negative impacts of mental disorders, such as drug abuse, unemployment, and poor quality of life.
Issue 3 is talking about cultural stigma on mental disorders. There are 4 cultural stigmas. First, public stigma. Second, professional stigma. Third, self-stigma. Fourth, affiliate stigma. Malaysians have the highest percentage of patients not seeking treatment because of discomfort speaking in addition to cultural stigma. To solve this problem, we will introduce platforms like the Mental Oasis apps. Those who are interested can scan the QR code to see the symbol demo.
The bar below provided 3 sections. First, there is an emotional tools. When you have extreme mood swings, you can use these tools to do activities that help unwind your mind and understand your mental conditions.
The second session is dedicated AI therapist. The AI will automatically reply when you sense or reason problems. Its main function is to give you emotional support and make an early diagnosis of your mental disorders so you can know what issues you might have and get treatment.
The third section is an online booking service. You can search for nearby mental health service within 50 kilometers of your location. Each information about the service, such as location, operating hours, and user rating were provided. By clicking the booking button, you can easily make an appointment.
The 6 years implementation timeline for the Mental Oasis program is from 2024 to 2030. In 2024, the professional organizations will develop and design Mental Oasis with the partnership member. In the 2026, the expansions and promotions by the partnership member to the public through lectures, newspaper publicity, and events.
In 2028, public will fully understand the importance of mental health and reduce the cultural stigma around mental disorders. Within 2 years, we hope that the program will become sustainable and improve people's living standards in Asian countries.
Mental Oasis achieve Goal 3 of the Sustainable Development Goals. Mental Oasis anchor with B.2 equitable access for all of Asian social cultural community blueprint 2025. It is also anchor with C.7 healthcare of Asia's economic community blueprint 2025. That's all from us. Thank you.
Judges, you may ask questions.
Okay, I do have several questions. Could you please open up your pie chart? I think the fourth or fifth page. Just want to confirm. Okay, here, this one, bar, sorry. So, just now, not pie, bar. I think more or less is it the similar, slightly 47, 49? Is it the same or different? Is it real? I just want to go over. Different. Okay, nice. Okay, number two is number two is AI engine. Can you turn to page application on apps? So I just want to confirm what is the machine or what is the brain behind the AI chat box over here. Just a simple idea from you. Just want to know.
The AI therapies work based on the data and information of psychology when that added into the app that when the state of preparation and design.
Large language model means free or subscription? Just
free.
Free. Okay. The third one is next slide. This one. So can you explain a bit about API? If I may say over here. So I think you deal with API over here. Is it? In order to get a data pooling from other services, you might have a permission from Google and so on and so forth. So how can you get the permission? Can you explain a simple way to us?
We cooperate with Google Map. So the Google Map will provide the information that such as location, operating hours, and user rating in the app. Yes, yes.
Okay, thank you. I think this is a very good recommendation. You have incorporated quite some, the current technologies into the various app in interesting manner. And I say that you're identifying that the cultural stigma is actually a very good findings, all right, to allow you to develop this app. I have one question. If you could go to issue 1 slide, or maybe just more of a comment. Issue 1 in the earlier slide. Yeah, I think actually the same slide, just not the next one. So maybe your conclusion here, you say that there's an alarming increase in 2021 to 2023, but there's actually a drop from 2022 to 2023. So maybe your conclusion there is not really reflective of the charts. Although it's true that COVID-19 actually showed the increase, but there seems to there's a decrease, but maybe your conclusion can say that more efforts need to further decrease or something like that. All right, but I think otherwise it's okay. Thank you.
Thank you for your opinion. Thank you.
Okay, we still have 40 seconds, so does judges need to add on something? For participants, do you want to put any explanation? No? Okay, so I think we stop here. Okay, so thank you judges and Team Unique. We move on to our last team, the Elementals from SMK Bintulu, Sarawak.
Mic test.
Hello, hello. Hello. Mic test.
Everyone tells me I am cute, but I don't think so. Oh, do you guys all agree I am cute?
Yes, you are very cute.
A very good morning to honorable judges, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Jason.
Salam sejahtera, saya ialah Jasper.
We are Team
Elementals from SMK Bintulu.
Without further ado, let's start our presentation. In Malaysia, the rate of obesity increased by year to year, and Malaysia has determined that 1 out of 2 persons facing obesity problem. Moreover, we also conducted with the Deputy Premier, also Ministry of Public Health, or Dr. Ahmad, Dr. Singh Guisian, to get more data on obesity. In the conclusion, the number of obesity increased rapidly since the pandemic in 2020.
According to the data from National Health and Mobility Survey 2023, the percentage of obese person is around 50%, and the prevalence of overweight and obese person is increased by almost 10% from 2011 to 2023. One of the effects of obesity is an increase of diabetes rates among the 10 Asian countries. Malaysia has the highest rate, that followed by the Thailand. As you can see, the chart shows the GDP is being affected as well as in Malaysia. Now, what is the factor that cause obesity?
The main factor of obesity is poor nutrition and followed by an unbalanced diet. Now that junk food already become a part of our life, we can't live out, right? Other than that, let's exercise, especially after the pandemic and having stress, which is also one of the factors that cause us to become obesity.
As you can see, Thailand has recorded the highest calories intake, but the rate of obesity is lower than Malaysia. That means average Thai citizens are more active physically than Malaysians. Therefore, a hardworking daily healthy lifestyle is important to reduce the rate of obesity.
We are proud to introduce that we are using ADDI model to develop our app. Starting with analysis, we gather all the data and use SAP Analysis Cloud to do our graphs. Next is the design. We use Canva to design a user-friendly and interactive interface for the users. In the developments, we use Flutterflow to develop our app over several weeks. In the implementation, we conduct and analyze the data through Deputy Primer, data collection through the interviews and others. Finally, we move on to the evaluation stage. We see the feedback from the teachers and friends to find the limitation of our recommendation and to improve it.
There are existing solutions to reduce the rate of obesity, such as weight loss pills. But the weight loss pills is expensive and will give some negative impacts to our body health. Hence, we propose a recommendation to reduce this problem. Introducing
Fit Fusion. I trust that I will become handsome, plump, cute after I use it.
Fit Fusion. Add features in one app, including flashcards, BMI checker, exercise reminder, and others. Its user-friendly interface ensures a great user experience for us. Flashcards. The flashcard showcases the health and local food from 10 Asian countries, which displaying the calories on the front page and also the cooking instruction on the back page. Exercise reminder. Our app also arranges 4 categories of exercise for men, girls, senior citizens, and children. This tutorial will guide them to do exercise correctly. BMI checker. The users also can use our app to check their own BMI and they will know more of them.
Quizzes. Our quiz will show the user videos and pictures which can entertain the user. The users also can know why they are wrong. Games. Since one of the factors of obesity is stress, So we provide some simple games for the user to release their stress instead of eating due to stress.
How can we attract people to use our app? So we have the point reading system which allow the users to redeem the voucher with some private gymnasium company and also store department company. This is a win-win situation because it also increases the sales and reputation.
If you notice, yes, the benefit of recommendation is to reduce the number of obesity and break down the rate of diabetes. Moreover, we also promote each Asian country to the user. So we call everyone have a try with our recommendation.
Our recommendation also are in line with the Asian Social Cultural Community and Asian Economic Community Blueprint 2025. Besides that, our app also focuses on SDG 3, which is good health and well-being, and SDG 11, sustainable cities and communities.
Let's grow as a one Asian community, united in vision and identity. Together, we will characterize, remind, and mature. Our unity is our strength. Our diversity is our advantage. The future of ASEAN is in our hands.
Let's share it with purpose and pride.
That's all for us.
Thank you.
We open the floor to Q&A session.
Okay, thank you for your presentation. Could you go to slide 5? Effect of obesity increase, I think in the beginning. Yeah, just now that one, the next one. The next one. Okay, sorry, this one first. Okay, I think this one, it's good to have the country day, but maybe one comment is that maybe it's good that you actually rank it so that the user don't have to see, okay, who has the highest percentage and who has the lowest. So maybe if the arrangement can be ranked, it'll be more easy for user to capture the idea. And then the next slide. The higher rate of GDP Malaysia, the higher the rate of obesity, how you come to this conclusion? Because from what I see, it's not necessarily the case, because you could see that there's a drop in GDP in 2015-7, and then there's another drop in 2020, but the rate of obesity is actually on the rise. So I'm just wondering how you come to this conclusion.
Because of GDP is being affected of rate of obesity, in our opinion, not in our opinion, from the data we get, the lower the rate of Malaysia and the higher the rate of obesity. This is due to if someone is getting the obesity and they will like a bit not hardworking to do work and will cause the GDP become lower.
Okay, I think this is not a very valid justification based on data, because the data doesn't show that. So maybe it's good to give conclusions that is, reflected in the data rather than based on your own assumption. So another comment is that, okay, another question. I see that you have an app that is working and with all the nice interfaces. So from what I've seen, it provides a lot of useful information, but from the interactivity aspect of it, so I think one of the the modules is actually the exercise tracker, right? So how, and the reminder, so how it's not clear how you link this reminder and the tracker. Is it based on some kind of formulas, or when do you remind them? Because they don't use any app, but they could be doing exercise outside without the app, right? So how you relate to this aspect to make the app useful? Or is it your current reminder is only based on whether they use or your exercises, routines, and so on? Maybe you can elaborate a bit on that, how to improve the effectiveness to ensure that it's more holistic.
Thanks for your question. Actually, we are using the Flutterflow to develop our app. But the Flutterflow actually is need to use the COP. It's like a broad website to build the app. So it maybe cannot to do the reminder. So we provide the 4 category of the exercise for the senior citizen, children, the woman, and the man. So we very sorry that we can't do the exercise reminder, can remind the user to do the exercise. And maybe it will be a future plan that we use the other platform to build our app.
I see. Then maybe the title, because your title is exercise reminder, and then you have a tracker there. So the tracker and reminder seems to imply that you do have some kind of those features there.
Sorry.
Okay, no worries.
Can I ask, can you go back to the slide before, going back to the diversity one, the diabetes one, sorry. No, the one after, yeah, this one. The main effect of obesity is diabetes. How do you know?
Because we get the data that we know that after you get the obesity, most of the people that have the obesity will have the diabetes. Yeah. That because we conducted with the Deputy Prime of also the Ministry of Public Health, Sarawak, and we know this result. They give us the data, and we do it like this. Yeah.
You know, but I don't know because it's not shown here, right?
Yeah.
So therefore, it's just show whatever that you just said, right? You have made a correlation between obesity and diabetes, but you are just saying, but it's not clear here, so that's why. The other one, 1, 2, 3, slide 2. One before. Rate of getting obesity among Malaysians per year. So let's say we take 2019, which is about 20%. Then you say in Malaysia, 1 out of 2 people is facing obesity problem. 1 out of 2 is 50%.
I think this is the data we collect from the National Institute of Health, but we get the data, and in this slide, we know that this the government report that they give us from the report.
So the government give you 2 different data.
No, the first data is from the Google for the World Health, but this is the data from the government. So maybe we have some.
So they are inconsistent, you mean?
Yeah.
The data from World Health Organization and from Malaysia government.
Yeah.
Okay.
So thank you, judges and the elementals. Thank you to all teams for your wonderful and insightful presentations today. You all did a great job, and it is not easy for the judges to evaluate the team presentation to identify our top 3 winners for today's finals. So ladies and gentlemen, now you have a lunch break catered outside the cinema, and we will be starting our program again at 1:15 p.m. So to let you know, today we will not announce our result, but we will announce our result at tomorrow. So later, we will have the judge sharing session and also the photography session only. Okay, thank you. So please gather at here 1:15. Thank you.